Why would you?
I would like to go into this question, if I may. Who is experiencing all this? Whether it's the ordinary things or the most complicated forms of experiences or so-called spiritual experiences, right? Who is it that's always experiencing? Is the experiencer different from the experience?
Well, we would normally say so, wouldn't we? Because
Yes,
we believe in the continuity of an individual person,
yes,
which of
that's
course is
what commonly held.
Yes.
Now, we are going to question that.
Yes.
That is the experiencer or the thinker different from his thoughts?
Well, again, we would usually say so because
That's,
you could say, I order my thoughts. I mean,
Yes,
and
I
then
order.
this assumes that I
Yes.
am deciding to, I collect my thoughts.
Yes,
You have
yes,
such a phrase.
yes.
Don't you?
But is that I who orders his thoughts different from his thoughts? He may order them, he may discipline them, he may control them, he might say this is right, this is wrong, this must be done, that must not be done. But is the controller, the person who disciplines, brings order, is it different from the things which he's ordering about?
Well, let's make a distinction here between ordinary language, where one speaks about, I mean, in a law court or something, somebody's responsible for something they've done. Even they can't say, well, I'm a different person now or something. I mean,
Yes,
there's an ordinary sense of the continuity of the individual and somebody being the subject. But leaving that aside, I mean, one doesn't have to be a philosopher or hold a religious view to think that one is divided. One is a divided being.
That's it. That's the
And there are times when one part of you disapproves of another part.
Yes,
So
that's
this
what
is- yes.
this dualistic
Yes.
process
Yes.
is that. Is there a difference between, we'll come back to the old question, the good and the bad?
Well, nothing could be more fundamental, yes.
Yes, it comes to
Yes,
that.
yes. I mean, this seems to me the nature of the real world. that
Real
there is
world,
this
I
difference.
know.
Yes.
The real world is we have divided the good and the bad. And the thinker, the experiencer from the experience.
Yes, this would follow in that if you condemn yourself for doing something,
Yes.
then you are divided. Yes.
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 I should not, I must.
Yes.
I will become, and all the rest of it. It means division in oneself.
Yes.
I would like to ask, if I may, is that the experiencer or the thinker different from the thing he's experiencing, or the thinker different from his thoughts?
Well, if this is an appeal to, the word experience comes up in my mind. If this is an appeal to how I think about myself, I would say, leaving aside the common sense or ordinary language view,
Of course.
sometimes yes and sometimes no. I mean that sometimes one is consciously judging oneself, dividing oneself.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes there's nothing except a single something or other,
Single movement.
single being or
Yes,
something.
Yes. So, I like to see, is the experiencer, is not the experience the same as the experience?
Well, it sometimes seems so.
Yes. So, when we say I'm envious,
Yes.
and then there is a division.
Yes.
Then I try to control my envy, or rationalize my envy, or justify, or suppress, and so on.
Yes.
But the I is envy, not separate from.
Well, I would have thought it is and it isn't. There's something. There's two things that you say in what I have read and what I understood from our last conversation. Perhaps I can put it this way: the two things which you seem to me to say, which I don't understand how they connect or harmonize. I mean, one of the things is, I think, that you, which I liked very much, you said that if I think that if I condemn myself, if I think, well, put it this way, if I think that I'm envious, say, well, now the word envy suggests something which is bad, so one wants not to be envious, perhaps. If I say this, I must start, not in a kind of ideal self which doesn't exist, but in my real being, which is the envious person. I feel great sympathy with this. But then you also say that there's no process. I mean, that I must be good, not become good. That the idea of becoming good is in some way an illusion.
Yes,
now, perhaps you could explain. I mean, it seems to me that in the one case you're suggesting that I must start from a goal which is a long way from my conclusion. My conclusion would be to become unenvious. The other way you're saying that there is no process of becoming.
So for me, there is no psychological becoming at all.